Welcome to The Advisory, the first and last advice show on the internet that was started by a 2-for-1 sale at the dipshit store. James, this week we have a special announcement. We have a fun month-long project coming up. Tell the people what we're doing.
You bet your beans. Spooky season is just around the corner, and we're very excited to unveil our upcoming event, Friday Night Fright Fest. Every Friday at 6 p.m. AEST in October, right here on Twitch. We'll be treating you, the viewer, not the listener, just the viewer, to a spine-tingling movie marathon with a lineup of hair-raising horror films, including Hereditary, Friday the 13th. So week one's going to be Hereditary. Week two is going to be Friday the 13th, 2009. That's right. Colin and I went over a lot of back and forth about which Friday the 13th movie we should do, because it is going to be Friday the 13th on that week. So had to do a Friday the 13th movie. We landed on 2009. Week 3 is going to be Trick or Treat, and then week 4 is going to be Freaky. So lock your fucking doors, dim your lights,
lock it in,
summon a little bit of courage, because Friday Night Fright Fest is here to haunt your Fridays in October, David. Stream starts at 6 p.m. AEST. Movie starts at 6:30 p.m. AEST. Chuck us follow on Twitch to stay tuned for updates, and get ready for a month of pure terror that'll have you sleeping with the lights on.
If you had to guess how many of those films you think I've seen.
Goose egg. Fat goose egg. 0 on that one.
0. I've seen none of those.
Yeah.
So this will be an education for me, I think.
Yes. Hereditary was exclusively chosen because Colin and I are very excited to watch you watch Hereditary for the first time.
Okay.
I saw it at the cinema with an assembled throng of horror film fans, and there were a sea of gasps and shocked moments. Okay. So very excited to watch you watch that one. Tune in to watch David watch Hereditary and potentially piss his pants live on stream.
Look, anything is possible. I will definitely be putting
It could happen.
A plastic sheet down on the floor just in case.
Yeah,
okay, protecting that carpet. You know, you get it.
Stuff some of the, like the sort of like the paper they put at the bottom of like a guinea pig enclosure. Stuff some of that into the trousers. Yeah,
shredded newspaper.
Wick the piss.
Exactly. Maybe I could buy some cat litter. Pop that on the floor. Pop that in the bottom of the trouser.
Get ready. Start prepping
we got
now.
Options. Now, this is a rare occurrence, but I have real life advice / an investigation I require your assistance with. Okay. So I've had an advisory style real life hijinks occur. Right in my backyard, James. Right across the street from me.
Wow. Well, I would initially just like to very quickly, just so there's no legal blowback for me. The disclaimer is on the screen. Audio listeners, I'm sorry, there is a disclaimer on the screen. It still counts. Don't at me, lawyers. Counts.
If it's on the screen, James, it's what rhymes with screen? That's a tricky one. I was going to say it's he's done it. Okay. Here's the situation, James.
Okay.
You might recall a couple months ago, before I put up my soundproofing, you were doing the edit for the advisory, and you were like, hey, is there a fucking dog that lives inside your apartment that's barking constantly? So there is a dog, and this is the most advisory ass opening. I've written notes, by the way, because so much happened. Like, there's a notes app page detailing this experience. So this dog that my neighbor owns, they across the street, barks at fucking air, like everything this dog barks at. The mercury shifts and the dog fucking barks. Like a bird takes flight in South Africa and this dog fucking barks. Like, this motherfucker he's bark happy. He's a barkaholic, all right?
Right. He sounds like it.
Yeah. He's big into barking, James. He's gotten big into barking and refuses to get out.
Oh, so in the heart and the pain on the barks.
And this is obviously annoying because I work from home. So I'm listening to this fucking dog bark all goddamn day. It's not a pleasant experience.
Yeah.
But I'm a grown-up, so I go, you know what? Not my fucking lane. I can tune it out. I've got noise canceling business happening up here. Not an issue for me while
For
I'm
sure.
working. Kind of an issue while I'm sleeping, but
Yeah.
that'll become less of an issue in summer when it's so hot that you need to seal yourself into a air conditioned bubble. So this has been going on for, I think he moved in like maybe 4 months ago.
The dog.
Is my best guess.
He moved
The,
in.
the dog or the man? I don't know in which order that happened. I
Okay, yep.
assume together.
Can't be sure. Can't be sure.
Can't be.
Yeah.
You know what? Details already sketchy. Okay,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a theme for this whole story.
This could be like
So-
like a Dunstan checks in type scenario, you know, but with a dog. So who knows?
Okay, no, I'm with you. So, okay, this has been going on for a while now. It's very annoying, and when I bump into some of the people I'm friendly with in my building, we like it's a couple of them be like, oh, that fucking dog, eh? And you kind of go like, oh yeah, like fucking annoying, but you move on with your life. Not so much for one of my neighbors
Right. Okay.
who saw this dog and thought, I am the social justice police and I shall intervene.
Yeah.
So this was maybe a couple weeks ago when this started,
Yeah.
where I was just sitting on my deck, having a drink and finishing the edit of the part of the book I was working on. It was maybe like 5 or 6 p.m. and the dog is barking just like nonstop. And what follows the barks is a grown ass man's voice yelling, like I'm talking like full throated yelling
Yeah.
at the dog, going, "Shut the fuck up!
Yeah.
Why are you still fucking barking?"
Mm,
A normal human thing to have done,
for sure.
right?
For sure. I'd
'Cause the
argue
dog
that I'd argue the
understands,
bark
obviously.
was well, no, I'd argue the yelling was more so that the owner might hear that this is potentially upsetting other people. And that's sort of, it's a friendly way of saying, hey, you live with the dog. Are you okay? Because surely you're getting the closest.
Is it not?
You're in the dead
Yeah.
zone of the barking, right? And you can affect it. Do something.
You have the ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's within your capability. That's what I keep thinking about. Honestly, James, is like, is that neighbor just never home maybe? And so it's like, I don't know. But so then they have a bit, so then the owner yells back something and then he yells something and then it dissipates pretty quickly. I obviously thought it was funny because them yelling was louder than the barking.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Funny. Then what starts to happen sort of across a period of a couple weeks is at sort of certain intervals, particularly in the evening when it gets late, so like 10, 11 p.m., this neighbor starts to yell at the dog owner specifically. So he'll come out and he'll go, you don't care. I remember him vividly yelling something like, you need to shut your fucking dog up. You clearly don't care about anyone but yourself, mate. Like, what are you fucking doing?
Right,
Really
yeah.
good stuff. Really, really
Wow.
like accurate, but loud.
Okay. It's okay. It's just, I get it. It's a strange thing to yell. Normally,
It's a oddly nuanced sort
Yeah.
of argument
Oi,
to scream.
mate, I really am starting to get the feeling that you're quite an inconsiderate neighbor and fairly inconsiderate of others around you. P.S. Shut
I've
the
decided-
fuck up.
It's like he's yelling, going like, the volume with which your dog barks and the frequency is inconsiderate. And I, as a fella, it's like, yeah, well, aren't you just doing the same thing? Okay, sure. Right?
No, because the dog started this. All right. The yelling that comes after it, that's as a result of the barking. Okay.
Mhm.
You can't really take issue with when the yelling becomes as frequent as the barking, then maybe we can start to have a problem with the yelling. But this guy,
Right,
I feel like more people in the building need to get on this, start bolstering this guy. Get in there with him. Get in the
Right.
trenches.
The-
Start yelling at this fucker with the dog.
The noise pollution ratio of the two parties is not equal. Therefore, the dog is still the problem.
The dog started this, okay? The dog began this war, okay?
Yeah.
And he will end it.
Well, let me tell you, James, the neighbor decided to end this war. So so those couple of weeks transpire, and a few of us note like it's becoming more violent just tonally.
Yeah.
like as the kind of months progress.
Because
So
his sanity is slowly being eroded.
because he's and because he lives next to a dog that is barking 24/7,
Yeah.
365. That dog don't even be taking public holidays off, bro. Like, let's be honest.
Cool Jets dog. You know?
Yeah, he's barking on Labor Day like he's fucking crossing some picket lines. You know what I'm saying? So his sanity is slowly eroding as this is happening. Come fast forward to Saturday night. In the time since then, it's been the conversation of the building of the few people I know and actually talk to in this building, which is, by the way, a development I'm not thrilled about. I would like to just go about my life without interruption, but they're friendly enough. So anyway, fast forward Saturday night, about 8 p.m. I'm sitting on
That
the balcony.
elevator chat sucks, by the way.
It's rough.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah. Oh, you going up as well? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Oh, hot one out there today, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's pretty getting warmer.
Oh,
yeah. They said an El
nothing.
Nino event or whatever is going to be until March next year. Oh, yeah. It's going to be rough. And energy prices certainly aren't helping it. Yeah. Yeah. That fucking dog, though. Am I right? You guys sort of hearing that dog, or
you guys want to go out there and fucking stab that dog like I do? Like,
God, I hate small, just mundane, just elevator chat. It is brutal.
There's one of my neighbors who I fucking adore. She's like a 50 to 60-year-old woman, and she moved into our building. And I met her the day I moved in. It was just coincidence. And she was like, oh, like, and it was me and my mom in the lift because mom had been helping me move. And she gets in the lift and she can see that we're obviously moving stuff. She goes, like, do you guys live in the building? And I was like, oh no, just me. She goes, oh, thank God, because I just moved in with my 20-year-old son and I want to fucking kill him, and it's been like a week. And so every time I bump into her, she just like provides the latest update of the weird shit that he's done.
Right.
Because her floor plan is the same as mine. So she's my office, which obviously I'm not in currently. We're in the advisory studio. But my small office that you've seen, that's where he lives. And she lives in the bedroom. So that's the space they are cohabiting. Like they're on top of each other.
This dude is living in the fucking, what do they call those? There's like
it's like a
multi-purpose room. They call it like an NPR or whatever. So this cunt's living the full-blown Harry Potter experience. Mm-hmm. His mum, caregiver, hates him. Very Aunt Petunia vibes, right? And then he's essentially living in a fucking cupboard under the stairs.
Is he destined to save all wizard kind?
Not if we kill him.
Not if we get him.
If we get him first.
Okay, anyway, so okay, fast forward to Saturday night, 8 p.m. The dog is barking, and it's just fucking nonstop. Like that afternoon, it probably started at 4 p.m. and probably only paused for like a couple minutes at a time. It was pretty, like, even for that dog, it was unbearable. Then someone starts yelling back, and it's the usual shit he starts yelling, right?
Yeah.
The same dude. But then it takes sort of a turn. And instead of yelling, he starts barking back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really powerful stuff.
Perfect. Yep.
Eye for an eye. Now you would think, okay, it's a moment of frustration. This will wear off really quickly. It'll be fine.
Max $5. Max.
Exactly.
Maximum.
Now, when it got to 10 minutes, I went, okay, this is impressive stamina.
Barking.
Of him barking at
the human man barking back at the dog.
Yeah, so the way it worked, James, is the human man, so the dog would bark a series of barks.
Yeah.
And then the dog, like they were exchanging bark chains like it was a conversation. So every time the dog barked for a period, he would bark back another period of barks. Like back and forth.
Right. I would like to say that you don't know that they weren't having a conversation.
That's true.
You don't know
speak dog.
because if there were barks and then a pause period, like, I don't know, long enough for an app to process the audio and translate, and then you bark back, could make sense, you know?
That's okay. I get that. Well, 10 minutes, I was impressed by his stamina, if nothing else. I was like, this is commitment to the bit. He's got strong vocal cords. When it got to 30 minutes, I started to go, okay, does someone need to do something about this? Um, and I guess at some point, the neighbor came home during this period because
Okay. Yeah.
because it's hard to I don't know, the logistics aren't important, but he came in a way that the neighbor wouldn't have seen, so he would have entered the flat without the neighbor knowing that he came back home.
Okay.
And
Right.
so then you've got the dog barking, and then
Uh-huh.
him barking at the dog, and then a quiet voice like at a lower level being like, dude, like, leave me the fuck alone, like, what are you fucking doing, like, this, what are you doing? Like, just a normal, just a, not yelling, just regular speaking back to the guy.
What the fuck? What do you
Yeah.
mean? What do you
Well,
mean?
I
Who's
it was hard,
quietly whispering in the dark? Hey, don't. Hey,
yes,
don't
he's
knock
not
it
like
off.
yelling, being like, dude, fuck off, like something, like he's going like, hey man, like, you don't gotta, hey, it's like, let's just calm down, like, just a
No
quiet.
way, dude. No way. If dog's barking and then this guy starts barking back and then someone has something to say about the guy barking, I'd be like, oh, so now you've got a problem. Now there's an issue, is there? Didn't say shit when that dog barked for 9 hours a day, 7 days a week,
No,
365 days of the year. You're gonna say something to me barking?
no, James, I'm talking, this is the dog owner saying it to the neighbor.
Even more to my point, you're gonna have
Yeah.
an issue with me barking? The cause of this problem is by your ankles, dude. Your fucking dog.
Listen, it's your fucking dog, you're being hoisted by your own fucking petard, you don't have the grace to admit it, you know, that's what's happened.
Right.
So I go, this seems like it's escalating because the barking keeps getting louder between the dog and the man, which is
Sorry.
already a weird sentence.
So these people are in the same building.
So I don't know for sure if the guy that's been yelling at him lives in the building because I've never
Okay.
seen him leave a flat.
But the dog is in your building.
No, so where my flat is across the road, that's where the dog lives.
How could anyone possibly have heard this guy whisper or say at a talking voice? How dead quiet did it get in the middle of that street where you heard, "Hey, don't. Hey, don't do that."
I mean, I look at the dudes, like, I literally, like, you go onto my balcony, you look directly down, and you're looking at his apartment. Also, it's a quiet street otherwise. Like,
Okay.
you just hear that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it other than, like, maybe there's like an acoustic because he's low down and it's coming up. I don't
Right.
fucking know.
Right, like those like those old whispering corners when you'd whisper into a corner, it would travel up over the roof and someone back there could hear you.
Yeah. Well, I would say he might have been like talking. Maybe from my perspective, it sounded quiet. He might have been like talking at a slightly louder register. But he certainly wasn't yelling.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure.
He's not meeting the guy at his level.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like this. This feels like it could escalate in a bad type of way. So I kind of chuff on out of the apartment. And I go out the front just to see if I can see anything from across the road.
Why
And
are
he
you getting involved?
Well, because I'm starting to think, is he gonna do some shit? Like,
Not
you know
your
what I'm
problem,
saying?
dude. Not your problem.
Well, my head was like, I just need to see what's up to decide if I should call the police or not. That was where my head was at. I'm not dealing with it. I'm just like,
This is okay for sure.
it. So it's so funny. This is the most me thing ever, James. So I'm like standing there, like trying to
Hello,
squint, trying to
police?
see shit.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I live in an apartment building. My neighbor's dog is barking, and then another man is barking back at the barking dog, and then another man came in very quietly, said, "Hey, don't." And I'm very concerned. Could someone please send a squad car or 2 or 3
or 5?
Right.
So this is where I'm at, and I go, maybe I should just Google, like, do I call Crime Stoppers? Like, what, like, because it's not an issue. Like, I don't know if it's the right thing to call the police. So I'm humming and hawing, and someone else comes out of the building who I've never met before in my entire life. And she comes up to me and she's like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was like, "I don't know, man. I'm just trying to work out if I should call I don't know what the fuck to do." And she's like, "Oh, that's chill. I'll just call the police." And just like it boop 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 dials the police, just 000, calls them right up.
This is the wildest, like upper middle class, whitest response I've heard in my life to
Crazy.
any problem.
Yeah.
The solution to this is shut my door. There's 3. Shut my door. Go back inside. I'm not part of it. Sit on
Mhm.
my balcony. Wait for it to escalate. Watch, but also still not be part of it. Third,
Yeah.
yell, shut that fucking dog up, and be on the side of the guy who's barking at the dog. And then
Yes.
also wait and see how it unfolds.
Because to be clear, the guy that's barking at the dog is in the right here, in my opinion.
Yes. Yeah, he is.
If he does violence to this man has fucking earned that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they've
So,
both earned
anyway.
a little bit of violence at this point, but the dog
So she-
certainly did kick it off.
Exactly. So she's called the police. I fuck off back upstairs. And a cop car arrives and 2 police get out.
I'm
It's
sorry,
really
I need to
quick,
leave.
too.
The apartment is filled with drugs, guns, knives, illegal animals. I need to leave. Tell them I wasn't
I
here.
gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
I was also a bit high, so I was like, I don't want to be here when this shit happens. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not dealing with
It's
that.
what are you gonna
I'm
fuck
not.
up? We're gonna fuck up my buzz by having to interact with the cops. That sucks.
I'm trying to watch the drama, not fucking answer questions and shit. Like, what are we doing? So the police arrive. It's 1 cop car to start with, 2 cops. They go in. The barking. Now you would think, James, the first thing to happen is the man barking would stop.
Okay. For sure.
Not the case, my friend. Not the case.
Yeah.
So the dog stops barking, but the man keeps barking.
Love it.
And I guess the police were like I guess I'm speculating, but my thinking is that like he might have been on his own property barking at the other dude's apartment or something.
Yeah.
So the police couldn't do anything to like stop him because it's
No.
not like a crime or whatever.
Yeah.
But however it happened, the dog shut up for a while. And we all went, oh, okay, that's good at least. So that's fine. Guy keeps barking. In my notes here, I've written like 30 minutes pass.
Yeah.
And he's still barking.
Okay. So at this point, we have to believe that it's not him barking anymore. He's got a speaker set up, and he is like, he's barked once or twice into a microphone.
Yeah.
He's looped it, and he's just hit play, and he's like, I'm out. I'm going to the club. Peace out, street. And then he's fucked off into the city for the night.
He's elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this so that seems weird to me. And then another cop car turns up and 2 more people get out and join the police in the front lawn.
Slow night.
Then there's like a really loud series of banging noises, like clearly not gunshots, probably car doors or like something being slammed.
Right.
And the guy stops. Right.
That was his neighbor banging on his door saying, please shut up now. They
Please.
shut up the dog, because that's also an added benefit of being in an apartment building. It's like if the cops come, what are they going to do? Ring my apartment? Oh, can you let us up? No.
No.
Can you buzz me in, please? And come
No.
down to the lobby so you can pick me up and then come back up to your apartment, please? No, dude. Bye.
They would have to wait for the next Uber Eats driver to turn up and then hide to sneak in behind them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, then this is where shit gets weird. So then an ambulance turns up.
Right. Right. Okay.
So I start to go, was that banging up something happening to a person? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
And then so as the ambulance turns up, something else slams and a car just hoons it down the street. Like
That's the
like
barker.
rips out of their driveway and hoons it. This is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Hoons it out of the street.
Making his getaway.
Making his getaway. And then the police and the ambos spend like another 30 minutes faffing around. Before they finish, another cop car turns up. So we're up to like 4 cop cars and an ambulance.
So
at
this is
point.
the slowest night in Brisbane ever.
Nothing's happening.
Teen
Yeah.
crime at the highest level it's ever been. Man barks in apartment. Get 4 squad cars out here, guys.
We got to do it. So clearly, I don't know what the fuck is going on there. So then eventually they leave.
Yeah.
And the dog has stopped barking. And I go, maybe the guy shut the dog up. I don't fucking know what happened.
Maybe the guy's
And
a
then-
massive pussy, saw the cop car pull up, and then like absolutely like shit himself and then quieted the dog down. Achieved though.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially. However, James, the next day goes by. Sunday happens.
Yeah.
I don't hear the dog one time. Not even one time at like a breeze or something.
He's killed it.
Another day goes by. I don't hear a dog barking again.
Yeah. Or a man barking.
No barks were heard that day, James.
Silent.
And then the funniest fucking thing happens on Wednesday. So yesterday, right?
Okay.
Yesterday, you know, I'm just doing my business and suddenly the dog's barking again. And I'm
Right.
like, that's fucking weird. Like, it was
Okay.
quiet for 2 days. And I started to connect some dots and I was like, did that neighbor snatch that dog up and hoon off with it? Do you know what I mean?
They went on a little vacay, you know,
Yeah.
to get out of town while the heat was on them. See? Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And so now I'm like, you know, but we're back to where we were.
It's an interesting
which
theory.
Is the dog.
My personal theory is that someone was dog sitting. The dog was barking a lot, and they didn't necessarily feel like they had any authority over the dog. You know, they're not its pack leader, and also they can't really reprimand it because it's not their dog. And then
Okay.
eventually the police showed up. They panicked. They killed the dog. 3 days go by. The owner's come home. He's gone, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and he had to go to the vet. Or a pet store, and he had to get a dog that looked like the initial dog.
Yeah, okay.
And now there's a dog back there barking. That's my theory.
Yeah, the dog equivalent of like when your kid's goldfish dies, you just buy him another goldfish and tell him it's the same one.
Exactly. Yeah. Or the like very relatable case of when your dog's sitting, the dog's barking, you kill it, and then you have to replace it. Yeah.
James, we've all been there.
I personally haven't, never would. Love dogs. Love dogs.
Okay,
so.
I'm not really an animal guy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not killed a dog. I'm just saying I don't think that's like outside of the scope for me. I've not killed any. I'm not a murderer.
You don't need to finish that sentence. That's okay. You don't need to say it. You don't need to say everything that comes into your head. Like the fact that you just said you don't think killing a dog is beyond you. I'll tell you this. I think killing a dog is beyond me. I'll say that. Yeah.
Yeah, but
unless it's to save a life.
Yeah, or you're in like an I Am Legend type scenario where like the dogs are trying to kill you or something.
No, not even
in self-defense.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it then. No.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not gonna I Am Legend my dog, dude. Okay.
Because I might do it before then. I don't know. We got options. Anyway.
Okay, dude. All right.
So here's the advice I need. What the fuck do we all do about this fucking dog? Because it's back to normal now. What do we do?
There is like a we lived next door to someone that had a dog. The dog barked constantly all the time, and they were at home doing nothing about it. So, and it was like unrelenting. It was constant all day, all night, middle of the morning. It was atrocious. Yeah. I think there's like a thing that there's like a government department that you can like complain to. And I think they go out there and they, I don't know, listen for it. And then they probably do nothing because it's a division of the government. You know, what can you do? What can you do about the dog? Move house.
I don't know, man.
Move. Just move.
Right, but I just bought this place.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. The dog lives here. You should have known that. You should have actually anticipated that before buying the house. See, what you need to do is before you buy a place, you've got to go around there at all times of day and night just to see what the neighbors are like, see what the streets like, see what the dogs are like, you know.
I know that you're doing a joke, but I did do that. because I
Well,
was worried because I live near a main road. I was worried that the main road
seems
would be loud, and
not well
it's not
enough.
that
So
bad. So yeah, that's clear. Well, but the dog moved in after I moved in.
assert your dominance. Become the pack.
Fuck, that's
Become the
good.
pack leader of the street.
Become the alpha.
Yeah.
Shit, that's powerful. Actually, I don't have. I think I have beta energy though. Is what the YouTube comments have told me previously.
Hmm.
Sorry, Sigma energy is what they've said.
I thought a Sigma was better than an alpha. I
Oh,
don't
what's
read incel fucking web forums, so I don't know what
yeah?
the hierarchy is, but I'm pretty sure Sigma is above alpha.
If you're a incel listening to this, write into the show.
The advisory podcast at gmail.com. Let us know. What is the tiered structure of
hierarchy.
that? Yeah. How does that work?
And you can pretend that you're not. You can say, "Oh, my cousin told me." You like cover your tracks if you need to. We're not against you lying to us about the fact that you're
Right.
not. Like, but we just need to know this is a data gathering exercise. There's no judgment.
Yeah. I'm sort of wondering if there's maybe you can sort of like hire an even bigger, scarier dog and maybe sort of just sit it out the front of their house.
Oh,
And it
mean
sort of
mug
like
it down.
looks in
Yeah.
at the other dog and sort of mean mugs it. Or send, vaguely threatening letters. Again, hold on, let me just flash the disclaimer on the screen. Audio listeners, there's a disclaimer on the screen. Things of that nature. Would you
I'll
say
edit
that
that.
you're confrontational? Do you get down on some confrontation?
I think that for me, confrontation. I mean, we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
I would like to be the least amount of difficulty for everybody around me at all times. I'm good at confrontation, but I fucking hate it.
This might be a confrontation time,
Fuck. Because I just I've had a bunch of shitty clients, and I've become quite good at sort of dealing with it. It's the thing. So you think I should just march up there, take him to task?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of got like a series of darker sort of approaches where we get him to invest into shady dealings. Maybe we then, sort of torch all of his cash, and then he sort of can't afford to
Yeah,
live there, and then he needs to
getting him
move. Maybe we
evicted.
break in and we leave sort of, guns, knives, drugs around the house, calling the cops on it, that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's one option.
Yeah.
What if we took it from the other angle and made him want to leave? Maybe we buy some stink bombs. Maybe we sort of we get some spotlights and blast them into his flat at 2 a.m. Like non-illegal activities.
Yeah. Can you set
It's
up
my
a motion?
balcony.
Can you set up a motion sensor so that a light turns off when motion is detected? Because I'm thinking spotlights into the apartment 24/7.
The second he comes
and
out.
the second he opens the curtain to be like, what the fuck is that? The lights go out.
James, that's fucking so he never knows where it's coming from.
No.
And he'll think that God is displeased with him and his dog.
And
presumably.
maybe we could do like maybe like a little recorder, and we just sort of lob that over the fence of like sort of a high pitched ringing sound. Nothing in the frequency that's going to affect the dog. Okay, I really would like the dog to be
Preserve the dog. Yeah.
preserve the dog in all cases here, but sort of something that's within like the human ear hertz level that is just sort of irritating enough, then constant that he, starts to feel. What you want him to do is feel relief when he's away from the house,
Oh, this is very good.
and uncomfortable when he's at the house. You know what I mean?
I think I can +1 that suggestion.
Yeah.
We find a way to sneak in.
Can I
Right.
really quick? Can I retract all of
Yeah.
the stuff that I said about trying to fleece him for all of his cash and
Yeah,
planting
you
all the
can.
drugs and the guns and the
Yeah,
things like that?
I'll keep it in the edit, but you can walk it back if you want.
Yeah, no, keep it in, keep it in. I feel like in the past couple seconds, I've really sort of I've learned and I've really grown, and I don't
Okay.
want to do that to him anymore. But I do like the idea of making his house very uncomfortable for him.
Yeah. I guess I was thinking like could you, because one of the most annoying things is when you can almost hear something, but you can't quite work out what it is.
For
So
sure.
think like, could you have some kind of like maybe like a radio that you smuggle into his wall that plays at like a frequency that only when you kind of walk past it do you notice it. And it sounds like a whisper, but you can never quite make it out. And it's
Love
just
that.
on. It's just
David,
24/7.
you're almost there. You're almost there. What if he
What do you got?
thinks his apartment's haunted?
Oh, now listen. We don't suggest this as much as we should,
we
but this.
we really haunt it, is what you're saying. Oh, okay. We go
Well,
to like estate sales. We go to occult stores that
yeah, I
sell
want to some
um
haunted dolls, some haunted, accoutrement.
yes. Curse him. Okay.
No, okay. Or the dolls thing got me thinking: do we just fill his house with creepy dolls? It's expensive, but it's effective.
Um I mean, it's good. I feel like it's been done, and I feel
It's been
like
done.
I feel
Okay,
like we've even potentially said before to make someone think that they're haunted. So this
probably
time I want them to actually be haunted. I want the haunting to be real, and I want the reason for them to leave to be a real haunting. And a story that stays with them, and one that they'll share with
for
people
sure.
throughout their life.
Do you think like do you like? Can you just buy like haunted stuff on Gumtree, or do we have to go out and find it? Like, what's the procedure there? Someone's got to be selling haunted shit on Gumtree, surely.
If you, I mean, I can get haunted items for sale on eBay. I can get them on Etsy. Let's see. Now,
They're doing that shit on Etsy.
Amazon
Damn.
claims to be selling haunted stuff, demonic dolls, screaming skulls, and other creepy collectibles. I don't.
Yeah, but the only thing that's haunted by, James, is capitalism. Am I right, boys? It's funny because they're a terrible company.
I was just about to hit like a laugh track, and then
Then I ruined it.
my body physically wouldn't let me press the button.
Yeah, it's
That
tough.
was weird.
I think a fun new element to the advisory is that anytime I tell a joke that bombs, not just for you but for people in general, you play a laugh track ironically to shame me. That could be a fun. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
right.
Like, and the
Um,
audience will know, the listener will know that that's you communicating to the universe. Ooh, that was a clunker.
we can buy a haunted paranormal Dybbuk box for
What?
27 US dollars, and it does say next to it evil demonic question mark. So I don't know if they're fully aware if it's evil and demonic or not, or if I need to sort of figure that out.
What am I
Um
paying for then? I'm not gonna. You should have proved it's haunted before I purchase.
well,
Surely.
this 3.25 inch Dybbuk box was purchased at an online auction. Really quick, let's just find out what a Dybbuk box is. Dybbuk box is a paranormal hoax consisting of an antique wine cabinet claimed to be haunted by a Dybbuk. Okay, well,
What's a Dybbuk,
let's
though?
assume that it's real. You know,
Dybbuk. Are you saying Dybbuk or Dimmick?
Dybbuk.
Dybbuk's is the bookstore, right?
Dybbuk in Jewish mythology, a Dybbuk is a malicious, possessing spirit believed to be the dislocated soul of a dead person.
Oh,
Sick.
okay.
Sick.
That's dope. Yeah, that's really cool.
So
Actually,
this Dybbuk box was purchased at an online auction, listed as evil demonic entity, had caused ill health and bad luck for the person selling it. David, ring a ding ding. This is exactly what we
Ring-a-ding.
need. Claimed they had it for 2
I-
months and had lost everyone in their life along with their job and the will to live.
oh, this is. Oh, is that? Do we? Is that crossing a line?
He'll eventually figure out it's the Dybbuk box doing it and he'll on-sell it. It'll be very much like the movie It Follows, except
But
for
does
STDs,
that doesn't
it's a
solve
Dybbuk
the
box.
dog problem.
He'll
That doesn't solve the. He just like unless we convince him it's the apartment that's haunted.
We have to
Like-
convince him
like
it's the house.
your
yeah.
idea is good. It just doesn't. I don't know
Well,
how that gets him out of
we
the
just
house.
put the Dybbuk box like in the walls or something, or we bury it in the backyard or something. You know what I mean? And then that
Oh,
way
burying is good.
it is the house, because when you're around it, it's bad. When
Once
it
he moves
arrived,
out, we dig it up and then we on sell it
when it
for a small
arrived,
profit.
When it arrived opening the box, it started to affect the atmosphere immediately. A heavy feeling. As we turned our equipment on that evening, everything lit up. Our dogs became very restless in the kitchen, so we locked them in
Oh
a bedroom
shit.
upstairs. This is the perfect solution. As we were going to ask questions, our son glanced at the night vision screen and saw what he could only describe as a dark, haggard face over our daughter's shoulders. Eyes seemed to glow, and he quick turned his flashlight on having whatever it was, and it disappeared.
Oh shit.
Through the spirit box, a deep, ominous voice said the word darkening among you. Then, without us saying anything, the last word we allowed to come through was hate.
Wow. Okay. This shit on the
Um,
level.
it
For
says
real.
here that, they've remained quiet, whether we've kept them, we've had no interaction with them for a while. These spirits are something we won't allow around us. Our other spirit vessels or our pets. Interesting. Unsure
Okay.
if its intent or how it may react in a different environment, but we suggest using caution if deciding to break the seal. We absolutely will. The box seemed to hold more negativity than some others we've interfaced with and left us with an unsettling feeling. We do not claim to be demonologists like some experts in the occult or witchcraft or have extensive knowledge in the making of dybbuk boxes or how they trap spirits. We simply try to communicate with them. Okay, this is perfect. I'll send
Hmm.
you the link for this. You'll purchase this
Yeah, I'll just buy
immediately.
that. That's done.
Okay,
Dust that off.
easy.
Perfect.
Do I just put that in there? I'm just gonna put that in the in the
I put it in the
Twitch chat.
chat. Hey,
If
no
anyone would
one
like
buy it. That's mine. Don't buy it.
please
That's for
don't buy
me.
that. That's David's.
If you're listening live, don't buy that. That's for me, not for you. Um, it now that I'm looking at it, James, it's pretty
Yes.
spooky.
It's a spooky looking box, and
It's a spooky box.
you'll notice that they've sealed it with wax to
I do
keep
see that
to airtight the Dybbuk inside.
for sure. Now I do notice that there is one bit on this object
Yes.
that's concerning to
Mm-hmm.
me. I don't also don't want to get sniped by a bot. That's concerning to me that someone else is already on the sort of hunt for this. Um,
Wait, someone
I need to
already
outbid
put
this
in a
guy.
bid? There's a bid on it.
Oh, it's it's a lot smaller than I thought it was. There's other devices that give you a sense of scale. It looks about this big. I thought it was like a big trunk or something. It's quite
It's a
little.
3.25 inch Dybbuk box, okay?
Oh
And
shit,
while
that's small.
small in size, it packs quite the demonic punch, okay?
Yeah, damn. That's dope. Okay, well, I think we solved that pretty easily.
Yeah,
Should we do some?
yeah, it's really quick, just to sort of cover me. I don't claim any of these evil spirits. I don't claim any of their negative energy. I would like to put all of that energy onto David, who is going to be the owner of the Dybbuk box.
Yeah.
All spirits. I don't claim any of you. I don't claim any of the negative energy. Thank you.
So I made a negative energy. I hate witches. I buy demons. I'm the whole package, baby. Okay. You know, it's fine. I'm willing to take that one for the team.
Solved.
Yeah, done. Uh, and I thought it was such a big issue, James, and it super wasn't. Like,
Sometimes you've got to get in a room virtually with your friend, get your heads down and knuckle out a fucking solution to the problem. And
that's
eventually
it.
we make our way there. Okay.
That's right.
And we took a little bit of a detour through a ghostly realm and some dark paths to get there where we said some questionable things, you know,
Let's not say we. You said some questionable things.
and both of us are held accountable and responsible for the fucked up things that we said and suggested. But together, we got through the hateful stuff that we said and the evil stuff that we said, and we made it back to still an evil solution, but a different kind of evil,
Okay. Feels like I got somehow high roaded by you just then, which I don't know what to make of that. But let me ask you this, James. My
Mhm.
neighbor asked if she could buy an old school roller, cheese slicer, a plastic tire pressure gauge, and an antenna off of me. What is happening? My neighbor just came over to ask if we, my spouse and I,
Mhm.
had an old fashioned roller cheese slicer because hers broke. They've said that, then they say fair enough, which okay.
Sorry,
That's like oh,
Is a roller
Run
cheese
out of milk.
slicer, is that one of the ones where the blade goes on the top and you run it around and you make the little cheese flowers?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the one with it's like a handle and you run it over the top.
Yes. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Um. Then she asked if we had a tire pressure gauge thing, and
Yep.
apparently wanted to buy it off me to show her son. When I showed her the one I had, she said, "Not the metal kind; those aren't accurate. Has to be the plastic kind."
For sure. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't trust the
okay.
build quality of a metallic one.
No,
Plastic
the
only,
engineering's
please.
off.
Yeah.
Then she started asking if I knew where to buy an antenna. Not sure what kind or why.
Mm,
I'm super weirded out because I can't figure out if I should be worried about her
you should.
or if, as she said, quote, "You just seem like the type of person to have everything." And she had a weird laundry list of little things she wanted, and I seemed like a good trading post.
Okay. Yeah.
So, excellent question because I feel like your neighbors, there's something's going on there.
She's been in your house, dude, 100%. She has been
Oh, she's
rummaging
seen your
around.
shit.
Yeah, she has been in your garage rummaging around through your fucking all of your all of your goods, all of your shit, and she knows exactly what you've got. She's asking for it. It's probably been in the fucking garage so long you don't even know you've got it. You know? You know when you've got like a spare
goes,
room or whatever and it
yeah.
ends up becoming filled with all of like your shit. It's like that.
She's doing that like I know you haven't used this in 3 years type. Like she's asking for stuff that you know you haven't thought about
Yeah. Yeah.
and don't use. Which she's like, well, that could be my thing.
And she was in there. She saw a decent antenna, or maybe just a top quality coat hanger. You know, who knows? And she said, "Oh yes, and I need some type of aerial antenna. I wonder where I would get one of those. I wonder if someone should have one of those. Where would I?
If
Where would I
only
get
someone
one?
that lived near me
Yes.
had the exact one that I need."
Yeah, and then when he's like, "Oh yeah, here's an air pressure thing." She's like, "No, not that one. The one that you keep in the box up behind the a plastic one. I want a plastic one. I don't trust the metallic one."
You keep. I meant to say, I'm guessing you keep up. Obviously, I don't know, but I would. If I were you, I would probably keep it on the shelf behind the toolbox. But obviously, I don't know. But you should. You
where
might
you keep them.
want to check there just in case. The other option that's even more insane, because first of all, that's obviously what's happening. I'm sorry. Like
she's gotten into your house. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been in your shit.
For sure.
Or do you think that she's sort of been, how does that happen? Maybe she comes over for dinner and she does the sitcom police procedural, can I use your restroom? Sneaks off into the garage, right? Like there's a lot of ways to
fumbles
achieve
through my
this.
underwear drawer, that type of thing. Yeah.
100%.
For sure.
Or does she know something about you that you don't know about yourself? Right? Like, has she looked at you and gone, the list of things I need are a list of things this person owns. Like this was destined to be. She sort of seen through the matrix and realized that you weren't neighbors by accident.
Oh, right.
She's sort of seen the weavings of fate.
Exactly. And she sees him as somewhat of like a trading post oracle. Yeah, she's like,
you know what? Well said.
She's like, a woman came to me one night in a bar, in an alleyway, and she sort of had on like a peculiar scarf with these intricate markings that I'd never seen before and a glowing walking cane. And she said to me, "A day will come where the trading post oracle will give you what you seek." And what you seek...
Sorry, who are you? What?
It's not important. Now, the things that you seek, you might think metallic is best, but plastic shall do the rest.
What are we talking about? We're in a fucking... What are you
All in time, these things you know to be true. Who am I? Who are you?
Well, I know I'm Sandra. I guess first of all, I'm Sandra. Second of all, what do you mean in time? Like, if you know now, why don't you just tell me? It seems like you're being cryptic on purpose.
Time will tell and reveal all you seek.
Couldn't you just tell me now?
Perk up a bit. You seem a bit meek, you know. So I like to give a bit of like character building. I don't like this to just sort of be about,
No,
the
I
Oracle
like
things as well. Yeah, I sort of like you to, you know, I sort of like to help build people up a little bit too. Building
Yeah, for
building
sure.
building things up, not tearing them down.
I like that ended with like the weirdest drive by. That's so good to me.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
she walked over a grate, and some steam came up from the subway, and then when that
She vanished.
dissipated, she was gone. So
Yeah. That's good. What a sensory experience that ended up
maybe you're a
being.
hoarding piece of
You also
shit,
gotta-
and she's seen all the fucking garbage that you leave out the front of your fucking house, right? You got like, oh yeah, hey cunt, that's a 2-car garage. How many cars you have parked in there right now? Yeah, none. Both of them on the street, and I know why, because I saw the roller door go up last weekend. All right. You've got 3 statues of bobcats. You have a fucking snake skeleton like dissolved in one of those jars. I don't know where you got that. You have 3 broken TVs that say, I will fix these written on it. Please don't throw away. Clean up some of your shit. And also, I need just a very small list of items, okay? And I'll read them now. We'll open up the roller door. We'll go through your stuff. I've already seen all of this stuff. Everyone sees all the shit that you have. It's fucking everywhere.
So we see it all the fucking time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need you to. In fact, I'm just gonna give you this list. All right. Get all of these things to me by close of business tomorrow, right? Or I will call the council and I'll have all this shit fucking taken away. All right.
Yeah, I like that. I like the angle that she's doing you a favor.
Yeah. And she tried to be
Yeah.
reasonable. She tried to be reasonable.
She did. How's this her fault? Like, what are you
It's
talking
not. It's not her fault.
Yeah.
Cough it up.
In fact, she's upcycling, James. She's saving the planet.
She's fucking upcycling, dude. She's like a vintage Etsy user before it got fully overrun by people drop shipping cheap shit from Alibaba. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't know that you need our help because this seems like I mean, to be honest with you, it seems like you're good. And this person's doing you a favor. So
Yeah. Yeah.
my
Again,
advice would be go with it.
she came to you at a time in need, and you are 2 people that have the means to help each other out. She is in need. You have excess. Let's fuse these 2.
Some mysteries solve themselves, James.
And just fuse them. Not how I fused them before, like this. Or you can fuse it like that if you want to. I'm not judging.
Fuse how you want.
Fuse how you want.
Yeah.
I don't
judging a
want to
little.
get bogged down in the details. Fuse how you will. Okay, but I'm just saying, help each other out.
Synergize your ambitions to increase your fiscal bottom line. Okay. +1 your profits by partnering on a venture. Okay.
Right. You you're talking about sort of like creating another product from the byproduct of the stuff that gets, the discard of the first product that we make. Right.
Well, I'm not worried about the residuals of the process, James. For me, it's about 2 parties coming together and finding a way forward to double click into success.
Yeah.
So
our new seminar coming soon, Upcycle to Success.
Ooh, that's a good title.
And we sort of
that's a good title. Did you just had that was off the top of your head? You didn't prepare that?
No, I just said that now. Yeah.
Damn. Fucking. Are you some kind of like big time business guy that we don't? Because that's some wise shit you just said.
I think it's something about a distant relative being an oracle. She's got like a cool scarf and sort of like some mysterious sort of like walking stick and stuff. But
oh shit, you know her? That's crazy.
Kind of, yeah.
From the story.
Could be. I mean, she sounds like the woman I know. So sounds like my auntie. Well, I don't know.
Let's James, let's take that offline and double click into that later.
For sure. A hex upon you.
Okay. Well, you can't because I'm immune to witches times infinity, so that doesn't actually affect me.
And times infinity +1 hexes upon you. Okay.
Fuck. Should have said +2.
I'm
But
still
now I'm
over there now.
hexed. I don't know what
Yeah.
to tell you. That's tough
Too
for
late.
me. Yeah, that's shit. Do you want to do another, or should we wrap up?
What's this? Is this like a quick one? We could do a quick one.
It's a quick one. I think we can back. It's a very quick relationship one that you'll not be surprised by the outcome of. So we can just do that.
Let's do it.
Yeah. This one comes from Maximum Patent 1888 on Reddit. I female 26. Yeah. This is the one time it's relevant. I, female 26, am getting a really big promotion at my company that would
You
put
say
me
that
over
every
the
time.
100.
You say it every time. Every time we do one of these, you say verbatim, this is the one time where it's relevant. And
Yeah,
you
it's
say
like
it
a
every
reflex.
time. Yeah.
Because I have to read all these fucking questions on Reddit where they do it. I think I've got like Stockholm syndrome.
Feels like it, yeah.
I got a really big promotion at my company that will put me over the 100K mark this month. I started at 60K 2 years ago. I'm honestly shocked that I was able to progress this far early in my career, but I know it's because I have a drive that doesn't allow me to settle.
Shut
My
the fuck
boyfriend-
up. Continue.
Yeah, it's not.
So,
You're dancing between.
oh my
you're
god, it's
dancing
like
between
so
raindrops, Kyle.
obnoxiously braggy. Yep.
Yeah. You're dancing between raindrops. Life is not in your control. You got lucky. Shut up. My boyfriend, male. There are no heroes in this story.
Oh,
by the way.
they might have worked hard for where they're at. I'm just saying it, but it doesn't detract from the fact that it's fucking annoying and obnoxious. You know.
Yeah, it's bad. But no one comes off looking good here. My boyfriend, male 28, is making about 40K, and he asked me if I would stop chasing promotions because, quote, everything isn't about money, end quote. And will say things like, why don't you want to stay in your current role a while longer? He wants a new job, but I can sense he doesn't want it. And these are both such awful people. He wants a new job, but I can sense he doesn't want it enough. He isn't putting in the work and applying and selling himself that would really make it happen. Plus, I know that gender roles say this situation should be in reverse. As much as I try not to subscribe to thinking like that,
Jesus Christ.
It is probably in his mind. The economy is not. I've adopted this person's tone of voice. The economy is not that amazing, in my opinion, and this money really does improve our quality of life. If he would even try to bring in a little more and leave his comfort zone, we could really start to plan for a house. How do I calm any resentments and put him on the path to being more successful?
You don't. You're incompatible.
You guys are incompatible with each other.
Yeah.
And reality.
It's fun. You have different goals in life. You have different aspirations, and either you can find a way to make that work, right? Because a relationship isn't about how much money either of you make or what your job title is. It's about the relationship that you have with each other.
What?
You know, do you love each other?
Crazy.
Do you build each other up? Do you make each other better? Do you enjoy hanging out with each other? Do you have like interests? All of these different things are way more important than your fucking job. Who gives a shit, right? But if you are someone who is like a type A personality, real fucking like nose to the grindstone, trying to climb that corpo ladder, and they are the antithesis of that, but not only is he the antithesis of that, he's also trying to like pull you back down because he's saying, hey, can you not pursue?
What if you didn't?
Yeah. Could you not pursue? He says here, he asked me if I would stop chasing promotions because everything isn't about money, right? Which, fair, everything's not about money. But again, you guys have different goals. You're not aligned on the same stuff.
Well, like also like different fundamental values. Like it's
now, which is
like,
okay. Neither of these are like wrong or bad. You know what I mean? It's just they have a different vision for their life. They have, different values, and they just don't necessarily align. And you can either find a way for it to work where those things don't affect you. But she's saying, like down the bottom here, that it's causing resentment. How do I calm any resentments? You don't. You're going to, those resentments are probably going to get worse over time, and it's not going to be great.
Presupposing she's right, which I don't think, fucking whatever. We don't know these people. But she's saying, well, obviously his issue is coming from a place of sexism. That could be true. Institutional, ingrained sexism that's structural, that's making him be like, my female partner shouldn't make more than me. That could be possibly true. even if it isn't, or even if it is, like your attitude toward this is also a problem. Like even if okay, yeah, institutional sexism that is just like culturally ingrained within him makes him be like, well, she should make more money than me. The fact that you go there immediately and don't go, hey, we have different values, like it just the this is so far missing the mark of what the question should be, which is like, how do we resolve like this discrepancy in our values and worldview? It's like, no, well, obviously he's wrong. How do I fix him resenting me for doing what I want to do? It's like, well, I don't know that you can, frankly.
Yeah.
You
And
can't
it's not
just
it's not,
reprogram him.
and it sucks. You see people break up over stuff like this where they still love the person. They're still in love. They still love each other,
Yeah,
and they still have love for each other, and they still, want the best for each other, but there are just they are fundamentally not aligned on things, and a lot of the time those things, can be more important than that love that they have for each other, and they have to go separate ways, and it's really difficult, and it's really shitty, and it sucks, and it's a really difficult decision to make, and I don't fucking envy you and your position, and the stuff that you guys have to work out, but like it really just sounds like two polar opposite people, which a lot of the time you also see that work. You've seen the lawyer wife and the painter husband,
for sure.
the
But that
business owning husband, and like Seth Godin is probably a good example of that. The entrepreneur, businessman, marketing guru guy, and then his wife used to be a lawyer. Now she wanted to go do a bakery. That's a significant drop in pay, but it's like, are you willing to? Sometimes there are those sacrifices in relationships too, where it's like, this job, my partner being in it, is hurting them. It's not good
for
for their
sure.
mental
Yeah.
well-being, and they need to come out of it, and they need to go pursue something else, and they want to, and then you have to either like pick up that slack, or you have to like make things work in a different way. Um, Again,
Do you
if
think?
if the if you want that to work, those are the things that you have to do.
And I think that's the key word, right? Because it's like from my experience at least, it's like, are you both willing to do the work to find those compromises,
Mm,
or is it like, well, no, like I'm not willing to. There's no version of this where I can bend on this
mm,
thing that, or this value or this thing, right? Like, because to me, like I've been in that position before where it was like, well, I was like, yeah, I'm ready, I'm willing to do this work, and the other person was like, well, I'm not, and I went, as much as it sucks, like that's just that. Well, that's it, because that's what it is. Like we're just incompatible in that way. Our fundamental values don't align, and you're not willing to do the work to get to that compromise. And I've been the other side of that as well. I'm like, for me, for this relationship, not willing to compromise that. It'd be like, I mean, if I were him and someone said, well, can't you compromise and can't we focus on making the most amount of money possible? I'd be like, I'm good, actually.
yeah,
I'm good. Like
yeah,
just not a thing that I care about.
yeah. And some people want, like she's saying, she wants to um improve their quality of life, and have a bit more of, oh no, she wants him to leave his comfort zone, but they want, she just wants to have a more luxury life, and that's totally okay. But if
Yeah.
someone is like, hey, I only work and only want to work 20 hours a week so that I can spend the other 20, 30, 40 hours a week doing some creative thing or volunteering or whatever, then, can you make that work? And if not, then I guess, you're so fundamentally don't align with what your visions are for life, what your goals are for life.
Mm.
That sucks.
Yeah, and like it sucks, but I feel like it's so interesting to me because I'm just not a person who will go online and like write this shit this is just, I'm just not everyone can work this out about us. We're just not people that will go on Reddit and be like, this is the issue I'm having, and solicit like I would go to my friends or whatever. I always think this is interesting to me because I always suspect that this exercise is sort of like it's almost like a journaling mechanism. I think that's what it replaces, is
Yeah.
someone writing out in words, this is the situation I'm in and how I feel about it.
It's kind of
Do you know what I'm saying?
sad. It's kind of sad because this
Yeah.
person, you can see that they kind of know what it is that they want to do,
Hmm.
but they're also afraid of that being the wrong decision, or
For sure. Yeah.
I'm afraid of like uh ruining this thing because I do love this person and I know what we have together, but also I have these other like goals for my life and this vision for my life and these other things that I want to achieve. And it seems kind of sad because like it seems like she does
Yeah.
kind of know that she probably needs to break up with him or something.
Admitting it here is sort of like it's like a safe, it's like a practice exercise for telling someone in your real life, because no one, no one can trace you back to this, right? So
Yeah.
it's like it's sort of that, it's like dipping your toes into making the choice
Or
without the
worse.
consequence, right?
Yeah. And I hope it's not them putting this out to the internet and then deciding something for their life
Oh god.
based on what, you know,
Yeah.
a group of strangers on the internet think that you do because they don't know. They don't have all the details. They don't,
No.
and someone might read it and go, oh, this is coming off snarky. Fuck this person, blah, blah, blah. Um, yeah, I hope that's not the case. I hope it's them working
Yeah.
through it out loud, and they sort of already know what
That's
it
my
is, what they
hope
want to
too.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's a tricky one. Yeah, you got to have that conversation, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um you got to like, I've done this before. This is just some genuine advice for you. When you get into this position and you realize these are like conversations you need to have, um I would just recommend, like, just in your phone or on a piece of paper or something, just like dot point out what she's done, which is like, this is the situation we're in. And kind of go, okay, I've written it down, maybe we need to have a conversation about it and be prepared for the outcome of that, which may not be
Yeah.
positive. But it's writing it down is a really, really strong first step. Because when it's in your head and shit, it's going around, it's in the fucking neurons. You're thinking about it when you're waking up in the morning, you're lying awake. Like, write shit down is a really good general tip for getting to the point where you're ready to start working through this stuff. Um, yeah, that's my advice. Not funny, but helpful.
Not funny
um,
on this last one, but hey, sometimes
Can't always be goofs.
life ain't always goofs.
Life ain't
And also,
always.
we did need to redeem ourselves a little bit because we are sort of sorry. I say we. David is
What?
planning to unleash a spirit on his neighbor to deal with a dog situation, which I support. I fully support it. I'm just saying again, I don't want to like let that. I don't want any spirit sort of attaching onto me. I'm just sort of
Sorry.
trying to push
So
that, get that energy off me.
right. So you kind of foisted the things you said onto me before, but now your idea that I'm doing
I'm just
is my
saying
idea entirely.
for sure, absolutely is what I'm saying and doing. And I think that you run the real risk of when you open that box to let it out, that it sort of just goes globs right onto you.
It's always a risk. Yeah.
Yeah. But you do gotta risk it for those tasty biscuits.
It's true. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this week's episode of The Advisory. We truly appreciate the heck out of it. You can find all of our socials and our email address in the show notes. Wherever you consume this, you can join the conversation live on twitch.tv/Black Swan Society. We stream The Advisory 6 p.m. AEST every Thursday, live on twitch.tv/Black Swan Society. Chuck us a follow on Twitch so that you get notified for our Fright Fest films. And of course, do not forget to give us a rating or a review on your podcast catcher of choice, or wherever you consume The Advisory. It helps more people find us. And if you do a review that's 5 stars and you specify a celebrity impression you'd like me to do, I am legally obligated to read your review in that voice of choice. So you can kind of like help the show and embarrass me at the same
The unfortunate
same
risk
time.
that we run by offering that as a potential dare I say, reward for a review, an exchange. We're really doing an exchange for a review. Is that we currently have reviews that we can't see or read because they've been left in a different country. And I know Apple Podcasts don't let you see ones posted outside of your region. So I have no idea if people have requested any voices from David. Perhaps you could head over to speakpipe.com/the advisory and you can sort of just hit record on there and you can leave us like a 90-second message. Maybe you can do an audio review and then ask for it in there. Or you can just ask us a question. Maybe you need some advice through that.
Maybe you too have a dog that's barking.
Yeah, peep us on the socials, @Advisory Podcast. Just search the Advisory Podcast on the socials, Black Swan Society, @BLK Swan Society on the socials. And of course, don't forget to come back here Friday, every Friday in October, 6 p.m. AEST, stream start, 6:30 p.m. AEST here on Twitch, movie stream time. Come be a part of Fright Fest. Come get spooked. Come get spooky with the gang.
Get spooked with us and watch me be embarrassed by how spooked I am.
Watch David full-blown piss his pants. And maybe even if we hit that piss target, we're going to go for a cack-dax part. We're going to go for cack-dax. You going to cacky dax? Is that what you're going to do?
I prefer not to.
Well, we don't know. We could spook a poop out of you. We don't know. Come back. Hey, I know this is sort of like a behind the curtain sort of moment here for everyone.
Yeah.
Is this episode going to come out in time to announce to people?
It should do, yeah.
I think we just rush out the last 3 to get them out.
They're all finished.
So that we can put this one out so people know to come, because I'll tell you this. If I heard this mid to late October and I missed David shit his pants on stream, I'd be livid. Livid.
Look, listen, the edits are done, the thumbnails are done, the timestamps are done. I just need to write the descriptions and upload them. So the answer is yes. They will be out in time.
Well, because it's important that you come watch the stream live, obviously, because it's a film. We can't upload that somewhere. So you have to watch it live.
We're doing a quiet time crime.
We'll do it live.
No, don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone. Remember that meme? We'll do it live.
I don't
know that one? Google it. I'll show it to you on YouTube after this. All right. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, everyone. You can't see, but I'm waving at you. Bye.
I'm not waving. Bye.
Bye. Come watch David poop himself. Love you guys. Bye.